Hi Gemini and welcome to Faelight Tarot. This video is for your wellness check-in for the next 4 weeks, that time period being from late November to mid-December. Now, as per usual, I have cleansed and pre-shuffled my cards so that I can take my time over that and I don't have to waste any of yours. Now, as any tarot reader will tell you, there are a lot of you out there, so take what resonates for you and leave behind what doesn't. And if none of it resonates for you, then that's absolutely fine. It's just not the reading for you. You can try again next time. But should you like what you see in here today, then please, by all means, do hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, and you will be alerted to your next reading, which is for your general reading. Okay. So first of all, I apologise for not bringing out the wellness readings earlier than this. I was wanting to take a little bit of time to myself for my own wellness. I didn't feel that it was appropriate for me to do readings when I wasn't completely in the game. So here we are now. So your current energies that you are putting out there is the Eight of Wands. Let's have a little look and see what's happening there. Tell me about the Eight of Wands for Gemini, please. Thank you. Ooh. Okay. Right, we have the Four of Wands, we have the King of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Pentacles here. Okay, so there's been a lot of fast action, like sudden changes, and communication around some kind of either a ceremony, could be a wedding, and also about the stability of the family home. It could be one or the other, or it could be both, who knows. But I feel that you're starting to have a little shift of some kind, perhaps in your thought processes. I think that you perhaps were you quite rigid in thought at some point, you know, like overly grounded maybe, in the feeling that you had to be the provider. Because I feel that you're having a shift in perspective on that. And you're realizing that in order to make either the marriage work or to make the stability of your home work, it's more about you re-establishing balance for yourself. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck for the unseen and the subconscious. You have the Five of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Magician here. Okay. Yeah, I feel that there's been a little bit of strife going on for you. And this decision that you've made to like kind of reevaluate things and come to a better balance, I feel that this was something that is meant for you. You were needed to do this. This is a turn in your road. It could actually be that the opportunity or the situation that made you really actively think about it was something that kind of came at a lucky time, which is good. Because one of the things that I can see about the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords together is when you're on your own, you have a very clear definition of what your idea of comfort and luxury are. And they may not be the same for other people. But I feel that you've had a great deal of victory with communication in order to get that through, which is good. Like you start to really understand that things are different, times change, situations change, perspectives change, even what we hold value in can change quite easily. And I feel that this change in particular is what's making you realize that you have to get better balance here. because something was out of whack for you. And I believe that this situation is something that you actually manifested, because you were really aware of certain feelings coming to you, and you wanted to be heard. You wanted those feelings to be heard. And therefore, this situation occurred, that gave you the platform to be able to speak. I feel, Gemini, perhaps you're not of the kind of mindset that you can just say to somebody, hey, listen, can I talk to you about this later on today? You need to have a reason. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Sometimes I can have that mindset myself. So, what aspect of your life is neglected or forgotten? And that is the Empress, which is unsurprising, really, why you're trying to regain a little bit of equilibrium for yourself. Tell me about the Empress for Gemini, please. Nope. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Right, so you have Temperance, you have the Ten of Cups, and you have the Empress again. Now, I was laughing there because when I see multiple cards like that, you know, like your main spread being the Empress, and then your clarifier being an Empress, that is undoubtedly the universe giving you a scalp up the back of the head and saying, "Gonna pay attention." Mm-hmm. So I feel that what's been neglected or forgotten is your Empress, you. Like, where is your growth? Where is your abundance? Where is your prosperity? Where is your nurturing? You know, that type of thing. And I feel that with the Temperance, and the Ten of Cups, there's this message in there. It's quite a sad message, I feel, and that is, um, my purpose is to provide others with happiness, but I need to wait for my happiness. Do you? Do you really? Because what about your happiness? The universe is telling you that no, you need to take your happiness into account. It's all well and good doing things for other people, but at what cost? And that this is a question that I keep asking people, to ask themselves: at what cost? It's an important question to ask. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords, we've got the High Priestess, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles here. Interesting. I feel that you want to do something, really impulsive, and maybe that's why you're not doing things for other people, because you know that you have this impulsivity. So if you can quell it, then you don't have to acknowledge it, which is fair enough. I can get that one there. And I feel that that's something that you kind of know on an instinctual level. However, your intuition is telling you that, well, that's all well and good, and there is success in that of a sort. What about your truth? And what about your ability to conquer things? You know? What is your definition of comfort and luxury? Because somebody else's, idea of comfort and luxury could be vastly different to yours. Your joy for life, your creativity, your spark, your vitality is there. It is there, but you have to choose to let it out. This is part of the thing about, your authentic self always wants to come through. And if you stifle it, then it comes out in unintentional ways, sometimes unhealthy ways. Just giving you a heads up on that there. Right, what is your life too full of? And that is the Hierophant. Now the Five of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles just fell out there. I'm going to keep them. So the Hierophant is the great teacher, if you like. He's the leader of faith, faith in yourself, faith in a deity, a belief system. He's also a teacher. Now those two cards that came out, Five of Wands, that talks about strife, arguments, competition, and the Eight of Pentacles talks about apprenticeships. It also talks about honing your craft. Talk to me about the Hierophant, please. What messages do you have for me there, please? Thank you. Oop. Right, so we have the Two of Cups, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we've also got the Eight of Cups here. Okay. Is it possible, Gemini, that you're maybe giving people advice or teaching them things that they generally didn't ask for? So for example, maybe like somebody's telling you that they have money troubles, and you immediately go and tell them about how to manage their money. Just spitballing that out there. Or teaching them how to budget, but they didn't actually ask you to do that. Now this could be also about a younger person, purely because we have the Eight of Pentacles that talks about that apprenticeship. Because you're older than them, you know, you've been through things, you've had your career, you've been around the block, and the only reason why you're teaching them that is because you love them. You know, you have a deep bond for them. They could be family, they could just be close friends, colleagues, even anybody like that. But as I say, it's causing some strife. Now you may not be aware of that strife, is what I'm saying. They may be, you know, grimacing at you with the whole, oh yes, thank you very much, that was really helpful, but in their head they're going, fuck me, can you just leave me alone? I didn't ask you. Unsolicited advice, I think that's what that's called. But regardless, it's time for you to take a back seat from that, is what the Eight of Cups is telling you. Let's see. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Tower card. You've also got the Queen of Wands here. Yeah, no doubt about it, Gemini, you have grafted in your lifetime. You really are. You really have. But all of these options and things like that you're sending their way, they don't want it. They really don't. I believe that is something that you're actually aware of, because you have the Tower card here. And it's maybe something that you haven't openly admitted. They don't need me as much as I thought that they did. Now, I can imagine that that's a very, very difficult one to swallow. But like I said before, what do you equate need with? In the same way as value, comfort, luxury. What is your definition of need? Because their definition of need could be something completely different. For example, since we were talking about the whole, oh my goodness, I'm having so much trouble with money, and then you're giving them this unsolicited advice about how to budget better. Maybe that's not what they need. You think that that's useful because that's you being needed. What if they just needed to be heard without anything said back? Now, that might not feel like you're being useful, but to them, you're fulfilling a need. Just process that maybe. So, how are you affected by this? And you have the Five of Pentacles there. Yeah, that displacement, that feeling of, well, I'm not needed, so I'm kind of out in the cold. Tell me, or maybe out of a job. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles, please, for Gemini. Five of Pentacles for Gemini. A lot of messages, geez, oh. Okay, this is a whole novel. Right, I have the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, a lot of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Fool card, and the Three of Wands. Yes, a lot of this feeling of you being displaced, it is about your value, what you deem your value to be. Because you've served as an example of how to work hard. You've served as an example of how to take care of your money. You've served as an example of how to be strong and firm-footed and all of that. But it is time for you to recognize that you have gathered through all of these efforts a tremendous amount of abundance. And as I say, like, abundance means different things to different people, but you are in a position where you can get to enjoy that abundance should you choose to do it. Now, the thing is that you have so many opportunities here. With the Knight of Swords, you could go into education. You could go and seek out new intellectual pursuits. With the Fool, you can go on new journeys. You can take that leap of faith that you've always wanted to do, new creativity. But these are just options. So what's stopping you from taking those options? Quite simply is that you haven't had a conversation with yourself about why you need to be needed and how you express your need to be needed. And I'm not suggesting for a second that, like, you don't help out anymore. No, you do. You absolutely do. But as time goes on, we have to recognize that things evolve, like people evolve, situations, principles. Again, like I said, things that we hold value in. People go from child to adolescent to adult, da da da. So it's maybe time for you to revisit that and think about that. And once you do that and you start asking yourself the questions, what do I need? What does Gemini need? And what does Gemini value? What makes me happy? Once you start asking yourself those questions, it sets you on a path that leads towards the future for you. You start to plan ahead for you, which is a lovely thing, actually. We have the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and you've also got the Page of Pentacles here. It gives you hell of anxiety to think about you galloping off on your own to doing your own pursuits. You feel that that's something quite sneaky that you shouldn't be doing. You should be doing the proper thing, the right thing. But the Queen of Cups is asking you, right, that's what you think, but what do you feel? Like, hands on heart, what do you truly feel about that? And I feel as well that it's important for you to put to bed this defensiveness you have over it. The whole, no, I have to. No, you don't have to do anything. That's the thing. It's all about you, Gemini. What about you? What to reduce or remove from your life is the sacrifice. You don't have to sacrifice yourself, Gemini. You really don't. Oop. That's a clumsy shuffle. Right, tell me about the Hanged Man for Gemini, please. Thank you. Short and sweet. Right, we have the Strength card, we have the Page of Wands, and we've also got the Ace of Pentacles here. Yes, remove, reduce the sense of sacrifice within you, because the Strength card is asking you, what about Gemini? What about you? Where is your nurturing? Where is your healing? Where is your fire? Your desire to tame the beast? Because I do feel that you are eager. You do want to go and explore new things. You really do. And it's not like you don't have the finances for it or the resources for it, because you do. You absolutely do. If anything, as well, I feel that perhaps there's a situation on the horizon that you could take advantage of if you wished, but maybe you haven't made that public. People don't really know about that, maybe. You're keeping it to yourself. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit, we have the Queen of Wands, the Two of Wands, and we've also got the Justice card here. I feel that you have the wisdom to know that once you unlock that door that leads to you fulfilling Gemini's needs, then it is something that you do deserve, but it's going to lead you down a different path. And if it does, it does. That's there's nothing wrong with that. But just because you're focusing on yourself doesn't mean to say that everybody else falls into the distance. It's not about that. It's not an all or nothing thing. It's really not. You know. What to improve in your life is the Knight of Cups, and that is you delivering messages of your feelings, you falling in love with life again, pursuing those things that make your heart swell. Tell me about the Knight of Cups, please. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. So we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. We have the Two of Wands in reverse, the Four of Swords on its side, and the Queen of Swords here. Okay. So the message here is for you to be completely genuine, completely authentic about your feelings. Don't hide from them, because people already know. You're not giving them enough credit. People know you, especially the ones closest to you. They know. So be authentic about why you haven't chosen that path. Because you haven't really thought about it either. You're not able to rest. You're not able to do some reflection because you're so focused on other people. But the Queen of Swords is asking you, what about you? Now, by all means, include the other people around you. Let them know. Say, like, guys, I really, really need to have a conversation. So remember how I was asking you before about, what some people need is not the same as what other people need. Maybe speaking to the likes of that person here in the area that's too full, asking them in that moment, instead of like launching into the, all right, well, here's what you do to fix this thing. Ask them, like, point blank, what do you need? Or how can I support you best with this? Those are two beautiful phrases that I love, two beautiful sentences. And if you can get an idea on what they need and how you can support them best, then you've got an idea of how they can support you best. Talk to them. Complete clarity. Talk to yourself. Have complete clarity of that too. Because the Queen of Wands knows truth. So let's have a look at the bottom. We have the Justice card, we've got the King of Wands, you've got the Ace of Wands, the Four of Cups. So yeah, it's something that is meant for you. You were supposed to be, super likable, super fun, super ambitious, and so on, but you don't want that. You say that you don't want that anymore, but the world is asking, what is the truth there? What is the truth? You got a lot of questions to ask yourself, Gemini. So that brings us to the shadow card. Now, shadow work involves you looking at those bits of you that you really, really don't like. You bring them from the darkness into the light, and it's about accepting them. And then it is up to you whether or not you want to work on them or not. It's a difficult thing to do, but it is very rewarding. So your shadow work is the Two of Wands. Let's talk about that. Let me see. Two of Wands for Gemini, please. Gemini shadow work. Two of Wands. Okay, you have the Sun card, you have the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Lovers, and you've also got the Queen of Cups here. So, what I can see here is you ignoring the path and the choices that are ahead of you, you not walking a path that you want to walk. There's a sense of obligation or duty there. I can't walk down that path that I want to walk on, even though it's exciting and it's fun and it's exhilarating. I can't walk down that path because I have to stay the course. There was always that threat of hardship if you went and did what it was that you really wanted to do. Now, the Six of Swords suggests that that is something, those are wounds that happened to you from a long time ago that you have carried with you for quite some time. Now, the Lover's card really encourages you, and I encourage you, to really dissect that and really think about that. That unwillingness to take risk or do something for yourself because you're scared of the hardship. The Lover's card is asking you to really, really think about the truth beyond that. And it in terms of asking you, does this fit with your boundary? How does this fit with your self-esteem? How does this fit with the way that you form your relationships? What feelings were there from back then, the Queen of Cups asks. Because what were the consequences of those temporary hardships? Where did you learn that from? Did somebody say something to you? Did something happen? Which is it? What does your intuition tell you that is the worst case scenario? Should you go and do what it is that you want to do? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands, we have the King of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and you've also got the Hierophant here. Oh boy. So I feel that there's some defensiveness here. I feel that you've built up a wee wall around you in regards to people losing feelings for you if you went off on your own, or to your status as a King of Cups will be lost to you. Feelings for you will be lost to you. So you learned that in order to be of value, you had to be generous. That was the way to do it. That's where my value is. Because of that, you became like a master of manifestation. But again, what about Gemini? Other people are sorted, you've seen to that, but what about you? Now, your possible outcome is the King of Wands, which is a really encouraging card for us to end on for you. That is you striking out, doing the thing that you wanted to do. Tell me about the King of Wands, please. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands, the Death card. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups in reverse, and we've also got the Ten of Swords on its side here. What you really want to do, Gemini, is you want to travel. You want to go and see things. You want to go and experience things. You want vibrancy, vitality. And for you to work through all of this and to be able to bring that wish, that unspoken wish into the light, it is going to put an end to all of this, and it is going to rebirth you anew. That person that wants to go and expand. And the thing is that you have time. And you recognize this. There are so many things that I want to see and do, and I want to take my time over it, Gemini says. I really, really want to do that. Now you have the Three of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Swords on its side. People may not be happy with it, Gemini. Right? They may call you names. They may think that you're being selfish because you're stepping away from the norm. but it doesn't mean that they're cutting you out. No, no, they're not. What this is a tantrum. But that's their problem. No, that's absolutely their problem. You have to do what's right for you. You don't have to be combative about it either. It's just necessary. Like, this is what I need. End of. And I feel that with that last message there of like people having a tantrum at you, examine your fears on that one and have a look and think, okay, what is true about that fear and what isn't true about that fear? As in, what part of this is illusion? Because memory has a habit of playing tricks on us. Fear has a habit of playing tricks on us. It might not be the real thing that happens. And there's an uncertainty there as well, which I understand. You've got the Queen of Wands, you've got the Judgment card, and the King of Swords here. Your true self wants to go out and do things. They want to go and explore nature, to explore exciting things and have a good time. But in order for you to be able to seize that, you've got the King of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and you've also got the Devil card here. Be truthful with yourself about what your motivations are behind your generosity. And who deserves it or not. I think that that's something that you're already doing, to be honest, because you have that Two of Pentacles there. Mm-hmm. Yep. What does Gemini need? Okay, Gemini, that's what I have for you today. So, if this was the reading for you, then I hope that I've given you a lot to think about, a lot of questions to ask yourself. And if you liked what you saw in here today, then as I said, please do hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel to help me grow it. That would be nice. And if you are interested, I have links to your previous readings in the description box below. That is for your general, your career and finances, and your manifestation. Alrighty. So, in the meantime, Gemini, do take care of yourself. Okay? Bye.